Hello, everyone. My name is Cathy Zhang. I'm a principal architect of Cloud Computing Division of the U.S. R&D Center of Huawei. Today's topic is on Neutron service chain orchestration. So first, I would like to give a brief introduction of what is service chain and what is service chain orchestration. So service chain refers to the operation of steering tenants' traffic flow through a sequence of service function instances. Different tenants could have different tenants' flows could be steered through different sequence of service function VMs because the different tenants would require different service treatments. So what is service chain orchestration? Service chain orchestration refers to coordinating the operations of like switches, routers, and the service VMs like the firewall VM or load balancer VM, coordinating the operations of those nodes to enable realization of the service tenants flow, of steering tenants flow through these service function instances. So in the picture, it shows that different tenants flow will go through different paths of service function instances. So currently, there's an OpenStack service chaining project being developed in the StackForge branch. We think there are two issues that need to be addressed before the service chaining solution can really be deployed in real user scenario. So the first issue is we need an open interface to integrate service VMs that are instantiated by third party outside of OpenStack. For example, like some companies like some F5 or Citrix, they have their own way of creating their service VMs. And so how we can import their service VM into the service chain, into the OpenStack service chain. So we need an open interface, a well-defined open interface to allow the third party to register their service instance locator, flavor, and capability information. If we do not have such an interface, then different vendors will develop different proprietary interfaces. The second issue is there's no normalized interface for different vendors' service chain drivers. I think for the service chain architecture, it should be similar to the ML2 plugin architecture, which has a generic service chain plugin, and then under that plugin, there are different vendors' service chain driver to realize service chain functionality. So if we do not have such a standardized, normalized interface, then different vendor will develop a proprietary driver interface to OpenStack to get service chaining functionality. So this is the general service chain architecture with service chain components and interfaces. The yellow line interface, refers to the two interfaces I talked about. So on the right side is a service function registration interface. So the registration information should include like service function type and service function instance ID, and then service instance flavor, and the service instance locator or connectivity information, which specifies how to reach that service instance. Also, it should include like service, the group the service instance associated with, so to support load balancing. Also, it should have information about whether it supports service function chain header or not, whether it supports the tunnel transport or not. And the second interface, the service chain driver interface, which is the interface between the service chain plugin and the different vendor service chain driver. That interface should have the information on the sequence of service function instances. Each service instance should indicate its locator, its header capability, and its tunnel capability. Besides the sequence of service function instance information, this interface should also have flow classification rules, how we classify the tenant's flow, which will be steered through the sequence of service function instances. So the next slide just goes through the registration, service registration interface information that need to be imported by third party. So this I have gone through this before. So service instance type, service instance flavor, service instance locator, connectivity information, and then the service instance group for load distribution, and the IETF search chain header capability, and service instance tunnel support capability. So this slide talks about the information that needs to be passed between the service chain plugin and service chain driver. So it needs to be passed like it's a sequence of service function instances. And each instance should specify its locator information, its service chain header support, its tunnel transport capability. Also, it should pass the traffic classifier criteria, which is an antipode classification criteria that identifies the flow, which will go through different service chains. So if you have any questions, I can answer. So if not, if you have interest, this is the contact information. You can send emails to me for further discussion or questions. Thank you.